If you had a Verizon phone yesterday and it suddenly looked like your signal dropped off a cliff, you are not alone. Across the United States, Wednesday unfolded into one of the most disruptive cell service outages in recent memory, knocking out voice calls, texts, and mobile internet for hundreds of thousands of customers, and for many, leaving phones blinking SOS, only a chilling indicator that their device had lost connection to Verizon's network and could only place emergency calls. People reached for their phones and found silence. What started just before noon Eastern Time quickly snowballed into reports from New York to Miami, Chicago to Los Angeles. At its peak, Verizon outage reports soared into the hundreds of thousands, with users flooding outage tracker sites and social media, desperate for answers and connectivity. For many, the experience was frustrating and frightening. Imagine trying to call a loved one, send an urgent message, or pull up a medical appointment on the go, and all you see is that seemingly simple status on your screen can mean no service, no data, no calls, nothing except the ability to reach emergency services. For people in major cities like New York and Washington, D.C., local officials even issued alerts urging residents to seek alternative methods to reach 911 if needed, but reconciliation was slow. Users reported intermittent service coming back for a moment only to disappear again. And some described the outage as uneven and confusing. In one thread of reactions from Verizon customers, people in the same household reported completely different experiences. One phone in full 5G, another stuck in SOS mode, leaving everyone scratching their heads. Reports from across social platforms captured the chaos. In one community thread, users shared that their phones drifted in and out of connection for hours, while others found creative workarounds like toggling airplane mode or rebooting their devices just to see bars again. Telecom rivals seized the moment to reassure their own users, minus T-Mobile confirming its network was operating normally, and AT&T reminding anyone affected that their own service wasn't to blame. Yet for those in the thick of it, the outage was more than an annoyance. It highlighted how deeply woven mobile connectivity has become in daily life, from banking apps and rideshares to simple text messaging and maps for many. Losing Verizon service felt like being cut off from the world. Verizon finally broke the silence late Wednesday night. After nearly 10 hours of disruption, the company announced service had been restored. But as they advised in their statement, for some, that reconnection might mean something as simple as restarting your phone to reestablish a link to the network. "We let many of our customers down," the company said in a message acknowledging the outage. "They expect more from us. We will make this right." And Verizon didn't stop at apologies. To compensate for the day's interruptions and the many unanswered calls, failed texts, lost directions, stranded errands, and frustrated commuters, the company pledged that affected customers will receive account credits. While details on exact amounts are still being finalized, that promise arrived as a concrete gesture after hours of uncertainty. As the nation digests what happened, experts and officials are already asking tough questions. What caused such a widespread failure? Why did it take hours to fix? And how will carriers improve resilience to prevent future outages that affect essential services? Verizon so far has not disclosed a definitive cause. Company engineers worked around the clock to bring systems back online, but the technical explanation, and whether it involves software issues, hardware failures, or something more complex, remains undisclosed even as industry observers note similarities with past disruptions. What is clear is that mobile connectivity is no longer just a convenience. It is a lifeline. And when that lifeline went quiet for so many people, it underscored a vulnerability that affects everything from everyday communication to public safety. For now, as service returns to normal and phones begin showing bars once again, the questions linger, and so does the conversation about how to keep America's communications networks reliable, resilient, and ready for the next unexpected challenge.